Here at Karate Hack, we've been putting common sense back into self-defense with our Common Sense Self-Defense training course. And that puts us in the position of having to speak out against much louder voices that promote practices that don't totally make sense. And as the old saying goes, the problem with common sense is that it isn't common. I'm using examples here of things that don't make sense if you have common sense. If you are not caught up in the dazzle of how beautiful these moves are, for example. Most people who see this kind of stuff never realize that it's being done cooperatively with somebody who knows how to fall on a soft surface and is with the program. The impression you get is how the expert could just clean up on anyone who came near him. Now see what it looks like when the partner is not cooperating. In this case, my partner. My buddy Carbide Kurt there is not only not letting me get away with it, but he is hard to throw because he's incredibly strong, very stiff, and has short limbs. Even going down, he's not about to let go of me. It's not clean, and it's not pretty. This is what will happen when you encounter a non-compliant attacker who's not an athlete, not prepared to fall safely, or is making you fall on a concrete sidewalk. And you have to use methods that aren't pretty and don't take a lifetime to master. This guy's very popular online and is very likable. And certainly worked very hard to get those skills. If he kicked my beer out of my hand, though, I'd be really ticked off. Theatrically impressive movements have caused a lot of people to start learning martial arts, and that's good, I guess. What I hope is that after the novelty wears off, they continue their pursuit of real, life-saving methods instead of stunts. If you're young, you can waste a little time at the beginning, but if you're older, you don't have that luxury, and our audience is older. But the business of martial arts is such that in order to continue making money, they have to keep making things more and more complicated and have more and more shiny things to dangle in front of you. Advanced techniques, events, ranks, titles, awards, and driving it all is the sensational version of martial arts in the movies and TV that make people say, "Cool, I want to do that." I'm just trying to explain why what we do is different from 99% of the stuff that you see, and why we deserve some equal time. I know I make a lot of fun of Bruce Lee and other famous characters because I am by nature a wise guy. What I hope is that with my years of experience in this field, I am also a wise guy. And you don't have to be old and wise to be able to see that this kid was taught to use the bow in a way that absolutely would never save his life. He could never hit anything solid, strongly, and keep flowing like real bow training would teach him. And of course, the "look at me" ending. It's not his fault, and I'd like to kick the guy who taught him this flashy nonsense that made him into a drum major instead of a junior karate man. Kids love theatrical stuff, but I bet a kid didn't teach it to him. It was an adult with a kid's mentality and a business model. Maybe the guy who taught him was never a father and didn't understand the responsibility of a parent to say, yeah, have some fun, but remember, there are serious things in life too. Actually, when you get down to it, there's probably no more serious matter than having your very life threatened. So preparing someone for that moment can be the highest calling anyone can have who has influence over a young person. Being attracted to visually flashy things, pretty moves, rank, awards, it's natural for a personality that is not yet mature. Playing up to that is good business sense, I guess, But wouldn't you think that after the kids were older, the teacher would tell them, now is the time to stop doing akachan karate, as my teacher would say. The emphasis on flash just can't be dissolved after your whole value system is based on it. The ironic thing is that a lot of athletic effort can go into producing something that is 90% drama and 10% karate. The bracelet was a nice touch. Speaking of values, why don't any of the contemporary martial arts celebrities realize that the look at me attitude is totally contrary to the spirit of the arts themselves? We are not teaching the cardinal virtues of karate that have always been the guiding principles: courtesy, courage, integrity, humility, and self-control. Without them, we strive for an ever more pretty appearance. And inside, it gets ugly.